Hey, and welcome back to another episode of The Chef's Table. I'm Chef Evelyn, and I am a culinary brand strategist that specializes in helping chefs live, cook, and work on their own terms. And the way I do that is by helping them charge premium prices by building high-end culinary brands. So, in today's video, I want to talk about 3 reasons why most chefs aren't charging premium prices, or if I wanted to bring it a little bit closer to home, I want to talk about 3 reasons why you may not be charging premium prices yet, even though you've been toying with the idea. Like if you've hung out on this channel any amount of time, then you probably are like, man, I kind of really want to charge premium prices. Oh my gosh, let me think about it, right? So let me say this: if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Listen, I can be a little animated sometimes. I can be a little excited. I can be a little spicy, but so that's just my warning. But thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoy what you hear today. And if you've been here before, then thank you so much for coming back for another serving. That means you like what we dishing up over here, right? So in today's video, I just want to talk about 3 reasons that I typically see on why people aren't charging premium prices, right? And I'm just going to jump right in. Like, I'm trying to keep this video brief because y'all know I can get really chatty really quickly, and these videos can get really long and out of hand sometimes, okay? So the first reason is that I don't know if you know that what you're offering is a premium service. Here's what I mean by that. Anything that is personal or private or custom is a premium service. And so there's this juxtaposition in the food service industry that, historically being in food, being a food service worker was viewed as very blue collar, very labor intensive, long hours, low pay. And that's kind of been the accepted norm, right? And you did it because you love it. And no matter how grueling it was or how little it paid, that was just the nature of the beast, right? Well, but then there's this other side that's like, right, but if I am offering a private service, a premium service, a custom service, a full service experience, things like that, then that is actually a premium service. And so therefore should be commanding higher prices, right? And so sometimes I realize that chefs don't even realize that what they're offering is in fact a premium service, a premium experience. And so they're pricing themselves as if they're just making a little bit more than they would be making if they were working for somebody else, not considering like that they're the whole thing, like you're the whole meal, you're the whole meat and potatoes, right? And so I think it's important to understand that like there's a difference between going to a care now and having a doctor come to your house, right? Like there's a price difference, right? And so the same thing applies in food. And so sometimes you just need that perception transformation to go, wait a second, I am really charging a premium service, right? And so I should be charging accordingly. And sometimes when you don't know that, you don't even think that the things that I'm sharing with you apply to you because you don't know that what you're offering is in fact a premium service, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing that I see, on reasons why people and chefs aren't charging premium prices in their business is that you don't know what goes into charging premium prices, right? So you want to charge premium prices. Maybe you've tried to increase your prices and it didn't go over well, or you lost clients, or you lost revenue, which is even more scary, right? And it's like, okay, I know that I charge premium prices, but I can't really figure out how to justify increasing my prices. I don't know how much I can increase my prices. Like, I don't know what to say to somebody, if I want to increase my prices. Like, you're just kind of like, no, I totally get that what I'm doing is a high-end service. Like, I totally get that. And also, I don't really know what goes into being able to command those prices, right? And like, if that's you, one of the things that I go into in detail in my high-end culinary brand masterclass is like all the things that go into being able to charge higher prices. I also really help you understand that, you know, the service that you offer is a high-end service, and I give a lot of examples that I think really illustrate that what you're doing, what you're offering is a high-end service, but we spend the bulk of the time really diving into what I call my dinner party framework and the 7 facets that go into creating a high-end brand that allows you to charge premium prices. I mean, we even go into like how to have the confidence to charge premium prices. We get into some of the most common mistakes people make when they want to start charging premium prices, and we even get into, should you are you a good fit to charge premium prices? But that's not what this video is about. But if it's like, yeah, Evelyn, I totally get that what I'm doing is a premium service, but like I'm not really sure, like, and I don't want to just be gouging people. Like, you're not a person that's just like, okay, if you say I'm charge premium price, I'm charge premium prices, and I'm just gonna, like, you're not that kind of person. You really want to make sure that you're giving people this full high-end brand experience, but you also want to be compensated well, right? So you don't want to price gouge in them because you don't want them to have buyer's remorse, but you're also kind of like, listen, I can't keep functioning at this level, right? So a lot of times, you know, the hesitance behind not charging higher prices when you know that you could is you don't know what you need to do in order to justify those prices, right? And then I would say kind of the last thing is that you don't know how to effectively communicate your brand in a way that by the time people get ready to work with you or you know, buy from you, right, or book your services, that they don't have sticker shock, right? That they, you know, that they're not like, oh, right, like, you know, because listen, we've all been there where we've gotten the clients that they get the proposal or they get the invoice and they're kind of like, oh, well, what if you take this off, and what if you take that off, and what if you don't do this, and what if you don't do that? And you're just kind of like, yeah, that's not what I do. That's not how this works, right? Like that's not how any of this works, right? So a lot of times if you don't know how to establish your brand in such a way that easily commands higher prices, then it can be challenging, it can be nerve-wracking, frustrating, a little uneasy to want to ask for higher prices because you're like, I don't want to, you don't want to misrepresent yourself basically, right? Like, you know, you're a woman of integrity, you know, you want to make sure that you're doing great business practices. And so you've been holding off from increasing your prices because you're like, I've heard that, I know, ooh, woo, woo, charge your worth, blah, 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 right? Like, and it's like, but what goes into that, right? What makes that happen, and what makes it easier to do? Because I can tell you that you definitely can get to a point in business where charging premium prices is like a no-brainer. It'll just roll off your tongue, super easy. And listen, I'm a living proof of that. My clients are living proof of that, you know, once they understand the brand experience that they're bringing to the table, it's a no-brainer on why they charge what they charge. It's a no-brainer to the clients, and it's a no-brainer to themselves, right? So I really wanted to just get into, like, here are 3 things that I think are reasons why, you know, people traditionally are shying away from charging higher prices, even though they're curious about it, you know, or they have the desire to do it. And so this is not judgment, but it's kind of like, you know, you can get out of that. You can alleviate that from yourself by, you know, understanding that you do in fact offer a premium product or service, right? And really like cementing that. And then also, knowing that, you know, what goes into being able to charge premium prices, and then also being able to communicate effectively. And I'm not just saying like, you know, just on your website or, you know, just when you're talking to a potential client or something like that, like how there are lots of little different, you know, indirect and direct things to do to communicate that you charge premium prices, right? And so, you know, once you know that, it's like, oh, okay, now I can get on a path to doing what I need to do, right? And so if that's you, make sure you check out the High-End Culinary Brand Masterclass. The link to that is in the description box, or you can just go to highendculinarybrand.com and you can check that out. And listen, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Peace.